rapper formerly known as Kanye West is losing more support in the business and entertainment world over his recent anti-Semitic statements. Brooke is here with more on this announcement from a major sportswear company.
We're talking about Adidas. You know, Ye has already been dropped by his talent agency, attorneys, several brand partnerships, and this morning Adidas becomes the latest to sever ties with the rapper. The German company actually released a statement this morning saying anti-Semitism and any other sort of hate speech, they say, the company doesn't tolerate it. They say Ye's recent comments and actions have been unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous, and they violate the company's values of diversity and inclusion, mutual respect, and fairness. The decision to move on is an expensive one. By cutting ties with Ye, Adidas has actually said they expect to take a nearly $250 million hit to its net income this year. This morning's announcement comes as Ye...
This is a situation where everybody loses. Everybody loses. Adidas loses $250 million just this year. And Ye loses a contract worth estimated $1.5 billion with Adidas. That's how much his contract was worth. That's why he was in the billionaire status, because he had that $1.5 billion contract. And they were going to make a quarter of a billion just in 1 year. So I don't know how long that contract was, but this is just sad because again, nobody wins. Not Jewish people, not Adidas, not Ye, not anybody. But there's a lesson in all of this. But let's go back in.
Ye has made even more eye-opening remarks. Rapper sat down for a podcast interview with a Jewish MIT research scientist, and during their conversation, he said more anti-black things, really harmful anti-black tropes. He said that genocide and population control of black people, he complained about that, blaming Planned Parenthood as well as the media and record companies, which he then added, turned it into an anti-Semitic trope by saying that it was controlled by Jewish people.
I'm wondering where Kanye is getting all his information from. Maybe he's attaching Margaret Sanger as being of that community, and now he's saying since she was the founder of it, then it's an establishment made by them. I don't know if you're familiar with Margaret Sanger, but she is pretty much the creator of Planned Parenthood, and Planned Parenthood was designed to eliminate what she called, let's just put it this way. She wasn't in favor of people of color, and this is just documented. This is not even my opinion. I mean, it can easily be looked up. Okay, Margaret Sanger was not a fan of minorities, especially African Americans, and that's why she created the Planned Parenthood. Now, I don't know if she's Jewish. That's the one thing. Again, I'm not sure if he thinks that she's Jewish, or I'm not sure where the Jewish part comes in. But those are his words. He's attaching it to that. The only reason I can think of is if Margaret Sanger is Jewish. That's the only way what he's saying would kind of connect as far as making sense, in my opinion. But I'm not sure where he's getting the Jewish part. I don't know if she's Jewish. There's a lesson to be learned in all of this too, and that is that the Jewish community will take a L in money when it comes to their marketing or their name. Okay, they want everybody to respect their name. They remember what they've been through during the Holocaust. They're not trying to go through that no more. Okay, there was a lot of propaganda spread about them, which made it possible for that whole thing to happen. Okay, in that regime. So they said they're not going to go through that anymore. They know how powerful marketing is. They know how powerful propaganda is. They know how powerful imagery is. And it worked against them. It cost them a lot. It cost them a lot of them their lives. Okay. So they're not playing when it comes to that. They will even take an L on money when it comes to that. Because the one thing they don't want is for the world to think that they're a certain type of way and rally up and all go against them again. They're not trying to have that situation. There is actually a Jewish assembly that comes together and they decide who to cancel. They have a committee, an assembly. It's a board that comes together every year and decide, okay, who should we cancel this year? Are there any names? Is there anybody? And they sit in the boardroom and they decide, okay, this person is going to get canceled. Why? Because they have too much of a spotlight on them. They have too much influence, and they're spreading negativity about us. Nothing anti-Semitic is going to be allowed. Okay. Now, black people can learn from this. This is my idea is this. I've always said, I think black people and Jewish people should work together respectfully. Okay. I think black people and Jewish people should work together. We both pretty much have polar opposites of what the other needs. Okay. As far as talent in a lot of different ways, black people have that. As far as the business part, the paper and the contracts, the Jewish people have that. Which is why we do a lot of business together, black people and Jewish people, because it's a pretty good scenario. However, I'm not trying to, get in Kanye's head, but from what I understood he was trying to say is that it is not mutually beneficial because you're very careful with your marketing campaign, but you're not very careful with our marketing campaign. Meaning you will sign people on record labels that is a detriment to our community, but you would never do that with your community. You would never have a Jewish rapper saying the things that's detrimental to the Jewish community. You would only sign black people who say detrimental things to the African American community. And that's a bit hypocritical. That's the message I'm getting from Kanye. I could be wrong. I could be very well wrong. But it sounds like that is what he's saying. That's why he said we should go to record execs. We should go to athletes. Athletes need to redo their contracts. Record execs need to do theirs. Actors, everybody with a contract should redo their contracts because they feel as though only the negative stuff about African Americans is getting out, and it's not helping our community. Now he brought up Planned Parenthood. I don't know what that was about, but what he's saying is we provide a service to the Jewish community. Okay, we help them make lots of money. I mean, just this deal alone, they lost $250 million. Okay, just with Kanye West alone. There's a ton of other black people out there who signed and in business with Jewish people. We make y'all a lot of money. We would appreciate it if you're careful with our image as much as you are with your image. It's only fair. And not only that, we want fair business practices because we're seeing that you're taking advantage of us from the left and from the right. You're getting us, within these bad contracts, and you're also, helping to spread negativity about our community. That's the message I'm getting from him. Again, I could be very well wrong, but that's the message I'm getting from him. And he said, and the messed up part about it is, if we don't comply with your terms, you will cancel us. Well, you know, he's not a billionaire no more, but he's been canceled. Draw your own conclusions if he's right or wrong about that. But Ye was going to build a what he called a Yeezus system. He was going to build his own city. I don't see that being in the plans anymore because he don't have the money. But let's get back into the story.
When pressed by the host, Ye refused to back down and later admitted that his beliefs have cost him his family, his career. He's already says he doesn't have many family members. It's interesting because this is a multi-billion-dollar, actually, section of Adidas, this partnership with Ye. And it's interesting that they seem to believe $250 million is not that big of a deal because Adidas actually owns basically everything except for Kanye's name. And so the wonder is that they will just start continuing to release these incredibly popular products. Just he won't get a cut of it anymore because this partnership is over. You know, it's also, you know, to think, you know, you're thinking of a multi-billion-dollar aspect of the company that he has been saying really harmful anti-black things, anti-black women things for years, and people have still been supporting him to the tune of billions of dollars for.
Now, she said anti-black women. I don't hear him saying nothing anti-black woman. Okay, why are you putting your own agenda and emotions in this story? He didn't say nothing about black women. What I mean, if he did, she should have quoted what he said about. She quoted everything else. She should have quoted what he said about black women, because I don't recall him saying anything. If anything, he's always talking about my people. I want things to happen with my people. I don't, the most I've heard him say is, I don't want our women going to clinics and getting that thing done with our kids. Okay, I can't say the A word, but that's the most that I've heard him say is, I don't want our babies in that place. I want them to grow and I want them to be born. But you know, it seems like she's kowtowing a little bit to some of her colleagues with this black woman thing. He's not an anti-black woman. That's ridiculous. He loved his mother. His mother was black. Let's go back in.
Sneakers.
Yeah.
You know?
So do you think this is it? This is the moment where it's...
One would hope so, right? But for someone who complains so much about a lack of the opportunity to speak his mind, every day we're talking about a new interview. Every day we're talking about a new platform that has chosen to sit down with him and let him say what you can, you know, somewhat at this point know going in is going to be harmful and hateful.
Yeah.
So, negative publicity sometimes is like, you know, good publicity in the sense that some people are still drawn to all of the controversy and stuff like that.
What
What is celebrities to here?
What I'm just saying that that obviously people still buy the stuff despite. You know,
No, but I
all of
think
the
it
things.
also comes down to, why should people be giving him the platform to say the things if you already anticipate that what he's going to say is so harmful? So therein lies the responsibility, people or journalists or podcasters, whoever it is. Why are you giving someone this opportunity
What's
then?
the point?
Adidas makes a decision and they say, what's the point? And
Yeah, but Adidas have been getting a lot of pressure. And, you know, last week, I believe it was, they said that they were putting the partnership under review.
It took them a while to come this far. I mean,
we're talking
they were
about
under pressure.
years of comments. When did he say slavery was a choice on TMZ? Was that 3 years ago?
I don't even know. It was so long ago. Yeah.
Right, exactly. We're talking about years.
So finally, Adidas came.
Their version of not tolerating hate speech. So it's been
a while.
This, you know, the list is long now of companies.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. The list is long, and they probably have been talking about canceling Kanye. But, you know, again, there are a lot of dollars at stake. That's not a, easy decision to make. Even though they say it's 250 million is not a big deal, it's a big deal to any company. Okay, I don't care what you say. $250 million is a lot of money to any company. Now, she said that they're gonna release the shoes anyway, just not gonna put his name on it, so he's not gonna get no money. That's fine, but it's still a big deal to any company, I think. Now, Ye was gonna make his own city, but now he can't do that because I don't really think he has enough money. From what I understand, okay, he is only worth $400 million now. He's only worth $400 million, and he only had 120 of it in his bank account. So his net worth was calculated by the contracts he signed with these companies. Once they canceled their contracts, it knocked down his net worth, okay, to the tune of $400 million. Here's the lesson in all of this. What he said, in my opinion, it was not right. Okay. Again, I think both African Americans and Jewish people should work together. The Jews and the Jewish should work together. Okay, and come together, and they have been for years, and they've been doing business together for years. The things he said, I didn't agree with. There are some things I do agree with that he said, but I will leave that. I won't comment on that. I would just say this, and another thing is they have a reach that's very far. So if they can't get to you, they can influence others to get to you. In other words, if Ye has a contract and he has a contract with another entity and they can't cancel him that way, they can, if that entity has a bank account, okay, with a Jewish bank or something like that, they could say, we will close your accounts if you don't cancel this person in your that we need to touch. Okay, so if you don't, they'll put it to the terms of we need to reach this person, because if you don't comply, then we'll just cancel your account. So who is it going to be? Is it going to be Ye, or is it going to be you and your business accounts? And for a lot of businesses, that's an easy decision. Okay, well, yeah, I'll cancel Ye because I love doing business with you guys. So they have a reach. If they can't get to you, they know how to reach and get to you. You're talking about a lot of deals that Ye lost. Balenciaga, Adidas, just to name a few. There's a lot of others. Here's my overall opinion about this. Did everything Ye say? First of all, I don't agree with the Jewish angle of things, but some of the things that he said, I do agree with, and I'm not going to say what those are. However, here's a lesson in all of this. Maybe, just maybe, when you get to a certain level, the higher you get, the more you need to move in silence. The more you need to move in silence. All you need to do is buy things and create a world that you would like to see. If your net worth at one point was $6.6 billion, only to have it crumble down to 400 million. If your net worth, that's a lot. Okay. Now, if you want to create a world that you want to see, you're going to have to finance that world. But you do it in silence. Now, there are some artists out there, Michael Jordan, Jay-Z, who knows how they're moving. Do they even believe some of the stuff that Ye's saying? I don't know. It's possible. I mean, you know, but they're not out here in public saying some of the stuff. Take Jay-Z, for instance. You know, I don't know how Jay feels, but I will say that he is very stealthy in how he moves. And if anything, he's going to create a world. He's probably a person who will move in silence and just build behind him. Okay. Keep building, keep building, keep building while not upsetting anybody. Kanye has been very reckless in how he has been moving. Put his whole fortune at risk. Now the city that he was planning on building, I don't think he have enough money to do it now. 400 million is a lot of money, but it's not going to build a city. What I take from this is, don't talk about religion. Don't talk about politics. Those are hot buttons for people. Just talk about things you would maybe like to see changed, and build from that point and move in silence. Getting out here and spewing a whole lot of things helped him absolutely none. Not for any of his agendas, not for him building his city, not for him possibly running for president, which is something that he was talking about doing, and not for him making some more money. Okay, it completely ruined his reputation, his image, and his plans. So if anything else, move in silence, build behind you, and change the world silently, not loudly. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.